Hello and a warm welcome to the 2010 Handspree FIM World Superbike season. Jonathan Green reporting from our first venue of the year, Phillip Island, Australia. It's a new decade and it's the 23rd year of World Superbike racing, and all indications are that this could be the most competitive season ever. 7 manufacturers and a unique combination of youth and experience from a rider point of view, with 6 world champions in all and 13 previous race winners. American world champion Ben Spies, after a sensational rookie year, moves on, but returning in his place is 2-time world superbike champion James Toseland of Great Britain. And he'll be partnered by fellow Brit and newly crowned Supersport world champion Cal Crutchlow. The factory Ducati team will once again be led by last year's runner-up Noriyuki Haga, who's determined to turn the tide on a decade of just missing out and finally claim his first world title. And he'll be teamed up once again by the hard-charging Italian Michele Fabrizio. After taking Aprilia to its first win last year, Max Biaggi is tipped as another favourite to win the title. He's joined by young British Superbike champion Leon Camier. At the pedigree of former winners Carlos Checa, Jonathan Rea and Max Neukirchner, and the title race is wide open right from the start at Phillip Island. Aussie fans at the famous Island Circuit will be hoping Troy Corser can add to his tally of 7 wins as he rides again for the BMW team. And there's a real buzz about the return of Aussie star Chris Vermeulen, who after 4 seasons in MotoGP returns to lead the Kawasaki charge. Fitting then that it all starts in Australia at one of the most challenging circuits of the season. 13 rounds in all on 4 continents. Portugal moves to round 2. There's a trip to Kyalami in South Africa and Miller in the USA. Silverstone is back for Great Britain in August, and we finish again in France at Magny-Cours in October. Now, this time last year, Ben Spies took the all-new Big Bang R1 to pole and victory here at Phillip Island, and then went on to claim Yamaha's first ever rider's title as a rookie. Whether they can repeat that feat is now in the hands of Britain's James Toseland and Cal Crutchlow. The Monza-based team, though, have been working hard to make sure they can. Here's our resident expert, Steve Martin, with more on the latest updates for 2010.
Hi, I'm Steve Martin, lucky enough to be in the championship-winning garage from last year, Team Yamaha. Right beside me here is the new R1. Dominant last year, winning more than 50% of the races. But they haven't slept in the off-season or been down the beach like us guys. They've been working on this bike, improving it so they can hopefully win another championship this year. 8 more horsepower out of the engine, 3 kilograms less weight, and a lot of other developments to help those things along the way. Radiator is new for better cooling and also a little bit better aerodynamics. This machine really does have a chance of winning its second World Championship this year. These guys are doing everything possible. With 2 riders like Cal Crutchlow and James Toseland, we're going to see this at the front of the field more often than not in World Superbike 2010.
Phillip Island is one of the longest members of the Superbike calendar, and from the rider's point of view, with its fast-sweeping corners and variants of weather, one of the most challenging, where only the brave get to see the checkered flag first. Qualifying for the front row, as always, imperative, and as expected, Superpole was hotly contested around the 4.4-kilometre track. Superpole would see some of the big names dropping out early, including Troy Corser, a 7-time winner here. The Suzukis of Leon Haslam and the Altea Ducati of Carlos Checa were both setting the pace early on, but as Superpole 2 came to an end, both Biaggi and Haga would not be heading for the last 8-man shootout for pole. Instead, it was the youngsters led by Leon Haslam and the veteran Carlos Checa, with the Spaniards squeaking onto the front row behind Cal Crutchlow and Michele Fabrizio, leaving Leon Haslam to take his first ever Superbike pole. So, with breezy, cool but clear conditions, the 2010 Race 1 grid formed, led by Alstara Suzuki team Leon Haslam, chasing his first ever win in the class. Let's head to the commentary box now for the start of Race 1. Away they go! 2010 kicks off. Haslam gets away well. So too does Carlos Checa, though.
Haga's up there too. Look at Haga.
Haga, you can't hold him back, and he slots into 3rd place. Just about. Fabrizio takes 2nd, and Haslam's just hanging on to the lead. Chris Vermeulen gets a good start. There's Cal Crutchlow, 35. Checkers number 7. There's Corsa. Corsa's got away well too. He's in the top 8. Oh, no! One goes down. Is that Quintoli?
It looks like...
no, it's not. It's James Tosin with that left rinse. And you know what? Coming up Loopy Heights makes sense.
Yeah. Meantime, Vermeulen's worked
Somebody
his way.
else is off at Honda.
Yeah, Vermeulen's worked
like
his
a
way.
Kawasaki.
Let's have a look, because Vermeulen had worked his way up to 7th. We don't know who that is yet, but...
it is a Kawasaki.
Oh, no.
And it is Vermeulen.
Yeah.
Sadly, Chris Vermeulen's comeback ends at Honda on a Kawasaki.
Oh, there's Chris's.
Vermeulen.
Yeah, he just lost the front going in there. Pushed too hard. He was one guy that... Oh, and look at that. Oh, it's jammed on full throttle. That's what's happened there.
That's not going to help.
Blown the engine. No, he's going to have to change. They'll get that back as soon as possible, put a new engine in for race 2. But, yeah, that's what happens when you don't have a lean. There used to be a rule where if the bike fell over, it had a cut-off switch. They don't have that rule anymore. And there you go, one engine, bang. Yeah, I mean, Haslam's doing the right thing at the moment. He's probably riding at about 99%, and he's got a little... Oh, there goes Crutchlow.
Both
it's a Honda.
The Yamahas are out. It's not been an easy test. It's not been an easy run-up. And now both riders are out of the proceedings of race 1. Well, ironically, this happened to Ben Spies. He was knocked out of race 1 last year on this bike and came back and won. So let's hope that Tosin and Crutchlow will be back. What happened this time?
Identical problem, just a little bit later in the corner. Tips in, bang, loses the front. Most of these guys running a softer front tyre than what they have been all through practice because of the conditions. But now, with the sun out on the circuit, perhaps that soft tyre just not working as well as it can, especially a Yamaha, which is a little bit front heavy.
You know, Biaggi was fastest in the warm-up. He did a 1:32.1, and he's on that kind of pace now. 1:33.83 the last lap, but he's been there in the 1:32s.
Well, now that he's caught up to those guys, he's got to try and find the way past. So he won't be doing the lap times that he needs to do. And sometimes when you get caught up with guys like that, it can just break that rhythm and you get stuck with them. There's another group of 3 behind him as Checker goes up the inside at Honda corner. Good move by Checker.
Nice, smart move there by Carlos Checker, but pays the compliment back. Johnny Ray says, oh, wee, man. Not having that.
Thank you very much.
9 to go. Haslam still leads. Fabrizio and Haga in pursuit and just waiting, I think, for their moment.
Yeah, the Suzuki should have the horsepower, so it's going to be difficult for the guys to pass down the straight. And Leon's bike's still tracking and handling very smoothly.
Well, the Suzuki's been good here, as we've seen in the past. Kageyama was on it last year here, I believe. Yeah,
he was. Kageyama got a podium here last year. Max Neukirchen got a podium last year. And the only guys to do winter testing here is that second group again.
And there's your chasing pack. Can Jonathan Ray hold on to it? That's the question.
Well,
Checker looks quick, and he's lost a place to Quintoli.
Yeah, but Checker dives into that Honda corner. He dives in on a really narrow angle.
Ooh, and that was Leon Camia up the inside there, but misses out, went wide. Quintoli takes it back out of Siberia. Yeah. Here is the chasing group.
Haslam is setting the pace. That is the thing at the moment, and he'll be the one.
Going straight on goes Camia.
That is not a good move. Oh, well.
Nervous moments for the Ducati team. That's Fabrizio's team watching on. His wife sits in his corner, so to speak. And they all look rather nervous as we complete another lap with 5 to go now. Ray, Quintoli and Schmertz now. That's the group. But look at this. Biaggi now gets past Ray. And Biaggi's making a move. Oh, he can't watch. Nor can Mrs. S. Or Mrs. Fabrizio. It's getting tense. And there's another closer look at that bike, but it's okay.
Yes, it's not going to affect anything.
Oh. Here we go. Haslam crosses the line, but here comes Fabrizio. He's making his move right now here.
Oh, Haslam goes deep into there. He's got to try and hold it tight now. He can't afford to go wide. Fabrizio goes wide, looks up the inside, can't do it there.
Turn 2, Haslam still in control. They drop Targa. It's Fabrizio and Haslam unless they make a mistake.
The last chance gasp for Fabrizio is through turn 11 here to get on the back wheel, which he's done.
Here comes Fabrizio, he's right there with him.
What he's going to do now is he's got to get a good drive. Or
he's got a good drive. He's almost side by side.
No, he's got to get, Haslam's cut him off. That's a good move by Haslam.
Here we go then, out of the last corner, Haslam holding on for dear life. They come across the line, Fabrizio so close! Oh! Has he got it? Fabrizio's won! I do not believe it! Result confirmed by photo finish. Haslam wins. I don't believe this.
Haslam's the winner. Here we go.
Hang on. It is Haslam.
Leon
Absolutely,
Haslam wins his first race.
Oh,
let's get a picture of the box because they will be going crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely a hard race, especially with the wind out there, and it's hard to really know what the pace was going to be and what it was going to drop to. And it was +0 from lap 1 to the 22nd lap, and I made a little mistake with 2 corners to go to run to the line, and I knew Fabrizio was right there, and like I say, I didn't know if I'd won until halfway around the lap, and I was glad to see that the boys were celebrating in pit lane, and that win's definitely for them and Suzuki, and they're the ones that got me on top of that podium, so hopefully we can do the same again in race 2.
A fantastic way to start the 2010 season with one of the closest race finishes in the history of the sport. A superb run by Haslam to claim his first win and set his stall out for the title chase. And likewise, Fabrizio can be proud that the margin was less than a blink of an eye. Hager's third place, a solid all-round start to the factory team. Conditions for race 2 were much the same as they were for the first race, so most of the riders chose the same setup, except notably Carlos Checa, who chose a different tyre from race 1 in the hope that it would give him the edge he needed. Let's find out how he got on as we head to the start of race 2. Here we go then, race 2. And go lights and away they go!
Checo got a brilliant start that time out. Into third position off the line. Biaggi got a better start too. Look at Biaggi there. And as always, Hager third. And
Haslam going around the outside, but Fabrizio's holding him to it. Fabrizio slots into second place. What an aggressive start. Look at Biaggi going wide and high. Oh, invigorated James Tozen. Look at this, the two MotoGP boys, Vermeulen and Tozen, side by side here, down the Doohan Straight, or Doohan Corner coming up, down the Gardner Straight.
That Yamaha's got some power. Did you see it mono over the hump in the track into turn 1?
I don't think there was ever any doubt that it had power.
No,
and he's got past Vermeulen.
Yeah, 8 more horsepower certainly helps this year. Hager's bike moving around now. Hager's in front of Fabrizio now too.
Cammy has come to the game too, and he's out chasing Vermeulen. What a race this is. And here we go, another lap completed. Long way to go yet. But Sylvain Guintoli, the Frenchman, here he comes. Oh, he's flat out like a lizard drinking. Marvellous stuff by the Frenchman, as they say here. He is flying.
Let's see what Leon does now. But look at that gap that he's pulled already. Sylvain Guintoli is just... he's on fire here at the moment.
You have to ask the question, what is Biaggi doing in 16th place? He's just done his fastest lap at 32.8, and that's right on the pace of the leaders.
Well, you've got to say that he's run off or something, don't you?
Must have. Talking of which, down goes Schmerz. The Czech checks out at Honda.
It's a common corner right there, isn't it? Yeah, the guys just get in there, and it's a very deceptive corner, that one, because you travel so fast around every other corner on the circuit, and then you get to there, and going around that corner, it feels like you're standing still. So you want to try and push that little bit harder, and bang, you lose the front. 32.2, fastest lap from Guintoli.
Yeah, and almost identical times by Guintoli and Haslam.
Vermeulen's gone down somewhere.
Chris Vermeulen looks as though he's bitten the dust again. The Phillip Island dust, that is, and sure enough, yep. In fact, a good bit of tyre added to that as well, but let's hope he's getting it out of there. And that's not a good sight. This was a big, fast crash. Ooh. Bike followed him in. Chris Vermeulen, not the way he wanted to start his return to World Superbikes. Let's just hope he's okay.
Yeah, of course, he's not doing a bad pace at the moment. 33.6. He's obviously can go quicker than that. He's being held up by James Tozen in front.
He's flying the flag for BMW this afternoon. They've lost one rider in Ruben Zash.
Fabrizio's past Hager at the moment.
Fabrizio's up to third and all over the back of Sylvain Guintoli, with Haslam back in the lead. So it's all swapsies. And they're all glued together still, though. It's still the Suzuki's, but now Haslam takes up the front.
Checker goes round the outside there.
Or does he?
Yes.
No.
He's on the right, braking. He's got to do it in the brakes. He's up the inside of Hager.
He's done it.
Can he hold it tight? Harder goes up the inside. No, he's done it. That's a good block pass.
Great block pass.
But now we're going to see, this is a privateer Ducati versus the factory Ducati in the straight line. So we'll see who's leading going into turn 1.
Oh, come on! 2 Suzukis don't go into doing.
Quintoli.
They just did.
And Fabrizio go by now.
So Fabrizio goes up to second. And look at Carlos Checa.
Yeah, if Leon's not careful, Checa's going to pounce on him into the Honda corner.
Now it looks as though Leon Hassan will make an effort on the inside of Fabrizio. Nice block pass. Hold it tight, flick it left through the gears. Nice move from Leon Hassan. Standing it up and then heading down to Honda and hard on the anchors here. Leon Hassan under braking.
Look at Leon, he's
nice
made it.
Move.
Yeah, good pass there. And Checa goes through on Fabrizio as well.
Into 3rd place.
4 laps left.
Here he goes.
Yes.
Come on, Carlos.
Good.
Nice move.
That was a great move.
That was a move of a 22-year-old.
37 years old.
Yeah, exactly. There's Biaggi in the mix too. He's not 22 either, but he's still fighting like one. And he's up with Crutchlow and Tosler.
So how many's in that group there?
15. Last lap, gloves off. Here we go. Haslam leads again. Checa wants it back.
Haslam good into turn 1.
Oh, look at this.
Aprilia top end should get the Yamaha, although the Yamaha's fast too.
Biaggi leads them in. Oh, Cammy is there too. Where did he come from?
Haslam's got it all to play for now. They come out of Southern Loop, down in through the Hayshed. Checa can just keep the corner speed up. He's good into this next Honda corner, but Haslam's very good on the brakes in the here too. Haslam's leaving it really late, in and around Honda, but Checa tries to go up the inside. He can't do it. Fabrizio's there too. He's on the brakes, up the inside.
Checa takes the lead on the last lap. He's going to hold it. What a wonderful way to take the lead.
It's not over yet, Jonathan, because Haslam can now, if he can get up beside Checa, he can outdrive him onto the main straight and get a slipstream and get him over the line.
He'll have his work to do. Checa's got the lead and has got his head down. Carlos Checa, 1 turn, and he heads towards the victory. What a victory for Spain. Carlos Checa. Oh, adios, amigos. Fantastic race.
No, it was not a plan. Just the plan was to start well, and what doesn't work at the beginning. Then I was confident with the bike. I think we make a better choice in this race with the tire. And basically, just I was trying to pass, overtake the people and try to stop them. Didn't pass me, especially in the straight. Some of the bikes a little bit faster. But at the time I catch the top group was my target. Then I thought I'll take my time. And when I see the others struggling a little bit more than me with the tire, with the traction, I take the opportunity to pass them. No, I think if I write when I want to pass and when, was that, and was the perfect race. I think it's one of the best races from the back to the front, passing at the very end. Well, for me, unbelievable.
The Supersport Championship was once again wide open, with current world champion Cal Crutchlow moving up to Superbikes and two-time champion Pitt also moving back into the big class. Having said that, former champion Kenan Sofoglu was back again for the all-dominating Hansbury 10 Carter team, and so was last year's runner-up on the Park Elgar Honda Ireland's Eugene Laverty. But all eyes this year would be on the Spaniard Juan Lascors and the Kawasaki X6R, a race winner last year and now a championship contender. And right from the start of the season, they made their intentions clear, with Juan Lascors taking the pole. But could they turn it into a race result? Let's find out as we head to the start of the race. Anchor the lights, away they go. Laverty gets a great start. Pirro does not. He goes backwards and wheelies away. But Laverty, Eugene Laverty of Ireland, gets gets away superbly, but into the first corner they go.
This is what Laverty does best. He likes to get out front and get a bit of a gap in the first couple of laps, and he's got himself a really good start, and no one tries to go underneath him in the southern loop either, so good start by Laverty there. Someone up the inside, that looks like Pirro going through one of the triumphs.
Talking of which, Davis does the fastest lap, 1:35, oil coming out of that bike.
That is not good.
And that's Chaz Davis, and off goes Pirro.
Is that Pirro?
Pirouetting.
Yeah, that's oil. That's oil.
Yeah, let's hope nobody else gets caught on that, because that was not Pirro's fault.
No.
And him, another blow. Oh, that's a big blow.
Yeah. Pull over, buddy, and get off your bike before you catch on fire.
He already is on fire. Yeah. Rockley has a look down, and Massimo, get off, quick.
Red flag.
Red flag. Well, I've got a feeling that somebody else has gone down. That's why, and they can't do anything about it. And they're looking down. Laverty's looking down. Somebody's gone down, I'm sure of it. Watch out for Laverty on the left. Lescourse on the right-hand side. The Honda's in the middle. Away we go.
Lescourse, a much better start that time.
But another good one from Laverty. And look at this, nice move from Pirro at the inside of MG in the second place. Nicely done.
Very nicely done.
Or was it?
Lescourse comes back at him and around the outside.
Well, it's the old story at MG. If you make the move, it's very hard to cut it tight, and Lescourse is aware of that.
Yeah, you've got to do a pretty good block pass to pull that off there, and he passed him, but he didn't really block on the exit, so that allowed Lescourse to get back through and come down the straight.
10 to go after this, but the battle is on for the podium. Laverty leads by 4 seconds.
Salom is making his way forward to close up on that group as well, down to less than 2 seconds.
This is a dominant display by the Park Algarve team from Honda. Very impressive indeed. Portugal looms next. That's their home race. And with 10 to go, they're in a very, very strong position. Sofoglu does his fastest lap and makes it past. Kenan Sofoglu of Turkey goes into second place.
35.2 for Kenan Sofoglu that time round, and very good move, but he's so good on the brakes. That is his strong point. If he just hold that front end, he really drives the front end hard into the corners, and that style allows him to be quite easy on the rear tyre. Half distance now.
Another lap done. Let's check out the times this time. Laverty flies past our commentary position. 35.9. 35.9 for Sofoglu, and the others behind him are slightly quicker, and here they come! Both of them almost.
Whoa, that was deep. Really deep into turn one.
Very brave indeed, and the others have gone, so both Kawasaki's go through, and that's brilliant riding from both Fujiwara and Lescourse. They've just ducked up the Honda. The Kawasaki's 3.8 adrift now of Laverty. Was 4.5, so it's come down a little bit, and Sofoglu's trying to stay with it, and he's there. But Salom is not that far behind, but at the moment, Sofoglu is safe. Yeah, let's have a look at the gap. Yeah, he is safe at the moment.
Yeah, Kenan's safe. Looks like David Salom making his comeback to the Supersport class. Going to have to settle for 5th position because Ferrari 13.9 seconds behind him. Looks like that battle for 4th.
Lasco! No, it's Fujiwara that's crashed out.
That is not what he needed to do.
Cannot believe that. Fujiwara just the worst possible time. Going for the podium, losing out.
Looks like his day. Can he continue? If he can get the bike up and it's safe, he can continue. They had a bit of a lead, but pretty much the bike looks, the handlebar looks bent, or the brake lever looks bent. Let's see if we can get going again on that bike.
And Honda corner takes another victim. And a nod of appreciation. And it's Lescourse who holds off Sofoglu. And Juan Lescourse takes second place for Kawasaki. And the former world champion, Kenan Sofoglu, is on the podium again. Salom finished 4th. And Foray takes 5th place ahead of Rockley. And there's the 3.
No, it was pretty easy, to be honest, all through the race. The weekend was tough, and all through testing as well, because we were trying to match the pass of Juan and Kenan, because for one lap those guys could put in a hell of a lap time, and I just couldn't match it. But I knew consistency was there for us, and we improved the race setup a little bit this morning in warm-up. I worked hard with all the Park Algarve Honda team all throughout the test, and the weekend it's paid off. And I'd also like to thank Pirelli for bringing in a great tyre here. It worked well and never missed a beat.
A brilliant result for Eugene Lavity. The three favourites on the podium. Lavity now heads to his home race in Portugal, leading the championship for the first time in his career. The score starts his year well with a second and 20 points, and former champion Sofoglu was disappointed, but in the hunt again early on. So once again, Phillip Island brought some of the closest racing on the planet, with Haslam winning by just 4 thousandths of a second to now lead the championship. There's a long way to go and 4 continents to cross, but if the racing in Australia is anything to go by, 2010 could live up to its expectation as the most competitive season in the championship's history. Until Portimao, from me, Jonathan Green, goodbye for now.